Hello everybody, this is Kata, and this is TSdL, Season 7, Round of 64. We have Trinhuv versus RedWrath5. Hello Death, hope you're doing well. Looking at Trinhuv's box, pretty much all the standard... Yeah, the new Werner, the new Ham. Liko, a little odd in this box. But there's definitely a heavy princess lean in Trinhuv's box with units like Lana, and this box as a whole leans more towards an AoE strategy. Still definitely based in tank push. As for RedWrath's box, Werner Dime, who we have seen falling out of favor a bit, but he's still a nice mobility booster. The issue is that there's a lot of stuff that he can miss kills on nowadays. And Trinhuv as an AoE player, fanning out 2 healers immediately, although there is still Liko, who Trinhuv would probably like to target if you're going to play AoE. That is where Liko's at her best. Her single target healing can be a bit lacking compared to her regular healer, but her AoE heals are definitely some of the highest you can have. Pretty much only Liana outdoes her really, and maybe like Rosin with her 3C. Nonetheless, RedWrath did, if RedWrath wanted a healer, which you probably do against an AoE box like this. I mean, I suppose he could have picked up Kira later, but... Because there's 3 healers at the moment, right? There's Kira, Liko, and Liana. So could have gotten just 1 healer next round. So that could be a bit too defensive. Second pick, Epsilon. In this box, Helena can deal with him. Liko has self-targeted AoEs, as does Lucretia. So those are the best answers to Pepsi hiding. Even actually T-Jess has a self-centered AoE. She has Holy Dragon Breath. So if you really needed that. So there's still plenty of healing in Trinhuv's box, so just slowly pushing up with Epsilon. At this point, the only assassins left on RedWrath's side are his own Epsilon and Werner. RedWrath picking up Helena. Nice against Christie. I mean, Christie is an infantry. It is difficult for Helena to get through the phalanx, and Helena doesn't really kill Christie, but still does some pretty decent damage and can definitely take advantage of an injured Christie and get a life. Generally won't have enough to be able to kill 2 lives with Christie with the AoEs and fixed damage afterwards, but maybe if a bunch of blood swords happen. Now at this point, RedWrath lost not all of his assassins. I did forget the Sherry. And Sherry will have Gospel from Liana, so I guess one issue there is Goblin Sherry probably dies to Epsilon. Angel Sherry definitely wouldn't die to Epsilon, especially as long as RedWrath makes sure to keep Hilda's anti-critical aura up. Because if Epsilon does not crit, he really does not deal that much damage. I mean, Sherry's a bulky unit. She has like 65%, well, loses 40%. No, because it depends on if she's Glory of the World or not, and unique. So if she is, then she probably just wants to go in and trade aggressively anyway, so her not being able to survive is more a matter of the strategy. And with this box, I'd probably guess RedWrath is leaning more towards the Last Right's Glory of the World Sherry. Hello, Aerie. Hope you're doing well tonight. Well, I guess it's like afternoon for you, right? Werner's a decent pick here. I mean, even Ham's a decent pick. But fourth pick Ham's nuts. I'm thinking Ham. Good way to get through this Hilda. But Werner gets picked. Werner with double strike can kill Sherry, especially with Epsilon faction buff, although Werner has decent crit, right? Although Hilda's anti-crit. It depends, what does Trinhuv get to knock it off? Nothing really. But Werner with double strike doesn't really need to crit to kill stuff. I think he would still be able to kill Sherry. So Werner could potentially tick off the anti-crit aura. It's going to be really important for RedWrath to be paying attention to that with this turn order. Because if you can prevent Epsilon from critting, then he's not going to be able to score these kills. Lucretia last is a great pick for RedWrath. It's going to be really difficult. I mean, well, Werner can actually deal with Lucretia. Glory of the World makes it a bit more difficult, but if Werner runs Firebrands, then he can just snipe Lucretia right there. And then if she has Glory of the World, it's a crit check, which there's Hilda. So, and the crit check is for Werner's 1C passive sneak attack, because that would be 2 instances of fixed damage, which one kills the Glory of the World life, and the Firebrands go first and kill the revive. But it actually doesn't matter which go first, because either kills the revive. Nonetheless, Himiko last. Also good. Difficult for Sherry to deal with. Can't really assassinate her very easily. Double strike can do stuff. Or like Sherry hitting twice can do some stuff. Depending on how Trinhuv's units end up positioned. For instance, if you hit Himiko and teleport her back out of guard range, and then you can go in and kill her that way. So Sherry does have some plays against Himiko, but from an assassination standpoint, Sherry really isn't doing much like with the Goblin kind of set. But again, Sherry might not necessarily want to run Goblins here. Still, stun on tank, not a great win condition for RedWrath. There's Liana. You can just Gospel to Christie. Gospel will pretty much always be up. Unless this is a Demon Slayer Helena, there's no real... Well, there's Cleanse from Lucretia that could potentially strip buff. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I like player 2's comp a bit more here. Unicorn Cherry, interestingly enough. I'm not sure if that would be thick enough to tank. But can't stop soothing. Got a crush on Trin? I don't know, I've never seen him. Seems like a good guy though. AoE Lucretia. I guess that's one of the problems with bringing unicorns in this scenario, is that Helena's going to make Christie tech Phalanx. So unicorns going into Phalanx on Christie, not great. And even Werner even has State Guard, so Himiko bringing Sealing Technique, and Himiko, again, there's no Razan. She's more of a support, disabler, buff stripper, and pain in the ass to kill. Why unicorns? You know, I think I felt angels. Is it Genius Sherry? I mean, that it looks a little low, because if you're running Genius Sherry, you kind of have to run Twilight Star, right? In order to kill a lot of stuff. So you'd imagine this int would be like around 400 on buff, but it could be Genius. Yeah, it's Overlord's badge. Yeah. And plus, I mean, Holy Thunder, right? So there's no raid, which means you know it's not Genius. Liana brings Sky Archer, which is nice tech for Epsilon. What Liana does is she can just sacrifice the Sky Archer to give Epsilon the damage shield whenever you'd like. Plus, it's also bloodthirsty stacks. He would go bring Sealing Technique just to shut down a unit for a turn. I mean, you'd think with like this AoE build on Lucretia that Sherry would want to have at least Shadow Raid, and then maybe with Lucretia opening up with an AoE, even Angels or some sort of bulky troop like that, pretty much just Angels are her bulky troop, Raid could probably score a kill. Maybe on like Epsilon after he goes in or something like that. But there is the Helena-Luke AoE combo. It just sort of makes Sherry feel like the odd one out, like she's not in sync with these other two DPS. Both Helena and Luke are trying to accomplish something very different than what Sherry would be, and neither are helping the other. Again, there is Liana. Oh well, actually no, Liana didn't bring 3C. So there is stun. There is a stun play. Still, Sherry's gonna, well, it doesn't matter. She heals up back to 100 with Raging Storm. And maybe she expected heavy infantry on Burner. Although, I mean, again, when you pick a unit like Helena, you know that that's going to really incentivize people into picking green troops. This song sucks. Like the only Etrian Odyssey song I don't like. I mean, still, once Sherry does get the stun on tank play, no 3C on Liana is a huge gamble. Yeah, you're really... The entire hope there is that Sherry brought goblins in raid and just didn't bring 3C at all. And I think when you bring units like Epsilon and Burner, that kind of pushes Sherry towards wanting to take a bulky troop like Angel so she can potentially survive an attack. Sherry can survive a 4 range, or a 3C from Burner, I'm pretty sure. And she can also survive Epsilon provided that he doesn't crit, especially if she's Glory of the World Last Rites build, which it looks like she is. But the stun really opens Trin's team up, because, I mean, because if Sherry just opens up and just stun, then you have Luke that can swoop in and kill something, you have Helena that can swoop in and kill something. So, since there's no 3C on Liana, Sherry's become a win con. I can understand wanting to bring Sky Archer here. It is really nice for Pepsi to have, especially if you're expecting to be dealing with an Assassin Sherry. Because Raid Goblin Sherry should be able to kill Epsilon provided she can target him. Which could be something that you couldn't prevent because Luke has Black Hole, Helena could chip the Pepsi enough. Pepsi could be somewhat out of range of the Liana. Sherry reaches here right now because she breathes. Probably wants to be close enough to open with a stun. She has to be mindful of Burner's double strike range here. But she is player 1. Still, there is an act again to worry about. So what RedWrath looking out for here is the Werner move and the Liana move. Those are the things that could stymie his push. Epsilon probably doesn't kill Sherry, right? Not without any stacks at least. Not without critting. Well, it actually did bring Broken Arrow. I guess that's just sort of an endgame consideration. Basically what RedWrath's doing is just pushing up a little bit. And also we know that Werner 1 didn't bring sneak attack, so it doesn't matter that this Lucretia... Well, he didn't bring sneak attack or firebrand, so there's no way that he can just kill this Lucretia straight up. Looks like gift. Although it's always kind of hard to tell between gift and genius, I guess. It's just too similar that you can't really make the call reasonably. Oh yeah, it's not holy. It's not holy. So of course it isn't gift. I'm so used to seeing every Lucretia being holy. I don't, like, my brain doesn't even process mage Lucretias. They're just all holy. Except this one. Holy is nice if, like, they're wearing Glory of the World. Heart Bond's nice. She doesn't lose any int for being holy. Mage is a bit bulkier. Opening up with the Himiko 3C, which could prevent well. Yeah, I mean, Liana, unless she got -3. Oh yeah, she couldn't have because she used her Gospel last time. Liana just can move up here and purge all the debuffs. A little annoying for the puppet. Elena doesn't care about ninjutsu debuffs because she just chiz and the debuff procs, but she has debuff immunity. Terry did not get her immunity stripped. However, Himiko did steal Liana's debuff immunity. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, Himiko's the only big threat here, AoE-wise. Although I suppose this could mean, yeah, if you move Liana here, then could potentially get silenced by Himiko next turn. The RedWrath might want to knock Himiko back. Did also steal a Tenyo's buff. Even if you knock her back, I mean, she can't. Once you knock her back, she can't come back in because then she dies to a single target hit. However, there was the breeze on Pepsi. So what would his target be here? I mean, he can base it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can't reach Liana. Can't reach anybody else. Sherry is ticked off of Last Rites, but Twilight Star would do so little damage that Glory of the World might be enough to heal this Sherry back up to full. But does give Pepsi a stack, plus the damage reduction, which will make him difficult to kill after he does go in. And Himiko being here is actually a little annoying in that regard for the Pepsi, because he wants the Himiko to be teleported back now, because then he can go kill something and hide. But while she's here, so Himiko maybe ends up here? No, yeah, okay. Straight lines. Usually it goes in straight lines, but sometimes it likes to fuck around. But the stun on Chris. Which opens this Lucretia up. Lucretia did breeze. Assuming that it's Genius Staff, then she can kill this Himiko from tank range. Helena did not get her debuff dispelled. But it can just be dispelled next turn because Chris has the last action to get unstunned next turn. Basically, RedWrath was looking out for, as soon as Chris has moved, that is the opportunity for Sherry to get a stun. Because then it'll take an entire turn for that stun to purge. In that regard, Trinhuv needed to keep his Christie up as long as possible, but even then, the problem with that is if you open up with Sherry stunning the Christie immediately, then you're still in the same position of needing to wait for turns of actions between each other. This is double strike, right? Yeah. No problem killing. I mean, broken rights. Yeah. If it's Genius, then it's a free kill on this Himiko. If not, she can still reach, but that is less so a free kill. Well, yeah, plus, I mean, it wouldn't be free anyway because the puppet's out of range. So if she goes here, then she just gets assassinated. At this point, Himiko's blown most of her skills too, so not the most worthy trade. Still, Helena, after Liana heals up next turn, should have her pick. I mean, Lucretia could also just poke with AoEs. You know at this point the Werner is in attack stance. Or actually he's in no stance because he just killed something with double-bladed strike. So AoE would chunk him a bit. He doesn't have additional range. So he just has a 2-range skill, could even get counter-killed. And then after that, if like Pepsi goes down, then there's not really anything to kill the Helena. So it could be a bit risky depending on what Black Hole rolls or if the damage is enough to begin with. So Lucretia can always just do double AoE here. Yeah. Opens up with the Black Hole. But, I mean, very thankfully, she got the silence on this Epsilon that would have guard ignored her and killed her. Instead, he just punches her. Which probably kills. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh lord. So yeah, Luke just runs away and does not kill back. Tenyo triggered, yeah. I don't know what it did. Because that debuff was from Black Hole, I think. Maybe it was the 10-year debuff, I don't know. Actually, it was the 10-year debuff because it's the last in the list. It did not remove his attack buff or faction buff, but that debuff was that debuff let her survive. Pretty risky play for RedWrath, but pays off. The RNG gods deem it so. But still a little... Well, no, it's... Because Helena just kills Pepsi here now, right? Does she? Yeah, she reaches. 5. Oh, wait, these are desert. Yeah, she does not reach. Yeah, these are desert tiles. Helena couldn't reach. And Pepsi lives with 1%. No fixed, no blood sword proc, I think. Yeah, I guess one of the issues stems with Liana not moving up over here to purge that mobility debuff. And now the problem is the stun on Christie has kind of been wasted here. Just nothing got killed. And Pepsi full heals, it's 5v4. And it looks pretty bad for RedWrath. No, oh god damn it. Sorry. That song's also kind of annoying, I'll be real. I like it, but... And I actually hit the volume thing. Regardless. Looks pretty bad for RedWrath now. Yeah, Trinhuv pretty much just sits here, heals back up. And Christie guard is back. Helena pretty much dies for this. I suppose there's potential for Lucretia to kill maybe Himiko or Pepsi with AoE, so Liana probably wants to move first. She would have to move to die though, if she wants to heal these two. Lucretia can hit right here, and then she could just basically attack the Liana out of range. I guess she can just... Liana can just single target heal herself right here. That should be enough to prevent either of these units from dying to AoE, and it should probably be enough to also... Yeah, this should full heal her, I think. Especially with the buff. Yeah, I was gonna say, is Bonnet Himiko, so she does manage to survive. But Himiko also doesn't have her teleport back, so it ends... Okay, but Werner kills Helena, and then it's Werner, Christie, Liana versus Hilda, Lucretia, Liana. But Lucretia won't have a puppet, so Werner just has to heal up. Guard ignore the Lucretia, and that looks like Trinhuv's game. Using the 3C to secure the kill is fine. I mean, Werner will be down for a whole one turn. Not really a big deal. Because I mean, Lucretia with this skill set and no skills is just not getting through this Christie before Warder can, start ignoring kill the Lucretia. I mean, yeah, that kills too. I was thinking Liana does it, but maybe wants to act again. Or use 3C. Probably on Lucretia, because her buffs have ran out. She probably just chills here. I mean, with just Dark Reaper, you're just not gonna get through this Christie. Lucretia cannot one-shot. Phalanx or not. Pretty much just leapfrogging from here. Probably move Werner first. Act him again, just for cooldown, I guess, and then you still want to wait a turn. Oh well, there's no Gospel. Nonetheless, Werner in Strike Stance will outrange this Lucretia, so it's not an issue. And in an endgame with Christie Liana versus Hilda Liana, Christie should win that endgame anyway, even assuming this somehow came down to a trade. Because it's an infantry tank versus a lancer tank, both with green troops. I hope everybody had fun Apexing today. I didn't play any games. Hopefully I'll play some tomorrow. Although I am a little busy. I would say more on the match, but there's not too much to say. You're at 54% win rate? Could be worse. A reflect Lucretia. And I mean, it's not even close to enough just because Werner kills her so fast with the attack first. Pretty much all that damage was just a drop near reflect. And yeah, RedWrath knows there's after that point there's no way to win. Didn't throw, you got out breezed. Sounds like you should have picked a comp that shouldn't have died to getting out breezed. I don't know. Not that easy, I know. Not a throw, but you got thrown. Suppose that's one way to look at it. It's a pretty good Lusty map. Trinhuv busts out his Lusty. Replaced Lana. Leaning a bit out of the AoE strategy. Meanwhile, RedWrath places his Helena for burn. doubling down on slower units that can potentially tank or wall these assassins. I don't know, every lane game I play, I always know there's some things I could have done better. Unless the game's like 5 actions. I miss killing people on turn 1 with Reinforce. Good swap for Wrath? Yeah, I like the burn here. We're all 100% win rate players, if not for RNG. Don't feel bad. Well, damn, you guys are fro, because I sure ain't. Yeah, burn's good. Just lowers Pepsilon's attack a lot, potentially. I don't know if Pepsilon or Pepsi can kill a burn. I feel like he can't. Burner, it depends on how the bird's built, and it can also depend on the Werner's build as well. But we did see the Werner last game, and it was just a normal attack build Werner, no bracer shenanigans or anything like that. Looks like ban pick's pretty much going the same way on Trinhuv's side. Ban healers, force them to pick a healer, and then start banning out assassins. Whereas RedWrath is just straight up banning the assassins. So Trinhuv could lose all of those assassins here, although then, I mean, you're going to be fighting probably Wedham Lucretia, so... Instead, RedWrath opts to ban one healer, trying to push Trinhuv into picking up a healer. Does not necessarily have to, given Liko in the box. Still 3 ways to heal. Liko, somewhat of an answer to burn. The Elwyn. If Elwyn is built properly, and presuming that Forbidden does not proc on the Christie, then Elwyn can one-shot a Christie with Phalanx. Does Elwyn needs to be Twilight Star, he needs to activate Rapid Route by attacking a guarded ally, and he needs to bring Crush. Also, you need 86% unicorns. Still, most Elwyns we see these days are bracers. It's just a possibility. I mean, it's a damn good one, but I guess one of the issues here with Elwyn is that there's Lucretia, who can kill Elwyn in 1 turn. So at best, Elwyn is just getting 1 Christie life here. Yeah, the assassins have been removed from Trinhuv's side. Almost removed from RedWrath's side, but we see the Werner. Werner can kill the puppet. Werner can kill Rosin. I think Werner can kill Liko. Yeah, he does die after that. Which I guess is why Werner has fallen out of favor, because, I mean, the mobility boosts are great, but he can pretty much only ever really trade. And there's units like Werner who really show much better trading potential in terms of at least kill ranges, because Werner does have shaky matchups against a lot of things, like anything with a green troop, for instance, he's just not an assassin against. He does last. Could be a nice single target combo with the Elwyn. Nonetheless, RedWrath's going to have to play a slower game here. There's also Helena to just kill an Elwyn if needed, so 2 units that can just straight up delete Elwyn through his revive. So RedWrath needs to play... RedWrath definitely needs to play in tank push. And yeah, Burn was left up. Would Burn be better here than T-Jess? If you're gonna have to play the slow tank push game anyway, then I don't think teleport plays are necessarily going to give you a lot of opportunities with this sort of composition. I mean, maybe it lets Werner get a kill. Whereas Burn would be the more slow, wear down the Christie route. A lot of Dispel could come through with Burn and Elwyn, Guard could get removed, and then people could snipe. Not a great way for Trinhuv to get through Hilda, as long as Hilda techs appropriately. What Hilda... I think if you... As far as 3C goes... Well, definitely what you have to do is you need to not be double Lancer. Because if you are double Lancer, you just die to free strike. I think you can tank 3C if you have debuff immunity, for sure. Miracle from Rosin here might be enough with good enchants, because RedWrath does not have a miracle source of his own. Yeah, but I mean, I definitely think that Liko is dead. And it feels like there's a pretty good chance Rosin's dead too. Nonetheless, I guess you're right that Werner does. Well, yeah, Werner has a Tensei buff. Yeah, there's definitely not really anything stopping Trin from just pushing. And that is generally one of the better ways to shut down Werner, is you just want to keep pushing up. That way he can't get the 10 tile condition sooner or later, blocking him out with units that he can't kill. I don't think Werner kills Helena, provided that Helena's on tiles. Losing Liko isn't... Losing one healer isn't really that big of a deal for Trinhuv anyway. And you just kill the Werner after that, and then if Elwyn goes in, you still have 2 units that can take care of him. But RedWrath does probably want to spend some time hanging back, building some Werner 3C stacks, because Werner does not have a talent without his 3C. Or at least a talent that does not boost his damage in any way. The obnoxiously loud sound effect. Werner did breeze, and now we have to have the fun game of counting his tiles, because Zilong does not know how to implement danger zones into a spectator mode. He can reach like here. But this breeze is kind of useless anyway. I mean, Werner probably just wants to spend time stacking. Hilda still has a buff. Christie had to bring Phalanx to deal with the Elwyn. And RedWrath did not bring 3C. Maybe expecting the game to go on a little longer. I feel that RedWrath is not going in here. RedWrath is just giving over turn priority, and then he's just going to keep stalling and building up 3C stacks on Werner. Unless he's very confident in his kill ranges and is sure this lane is dead. But without a buff, it seems iffy. Especially not with that miracle up. But it did, in that sense, bait this miracle out. Continue on Christie. It's another buff. Doesn't matter too much. Christie is locked into guarding her team from this Elwyn, who does actually have some very great range at the moment. Okay, let's have some more fun counting. Werner should be able to reach right here. Going for the rosin is what it looks like. Can he reach there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, he can still reach here. But he doesn't. He's just posturing. Yeah, I figured. RedWrath just wanted another stack on the Werner, and also just wanted to give turn priority given that he has a Liana. Maybe wants to stall for another 2 turns, wait until Act Again's back up, and then start the fireworks. There should be plenty of opportunity, even 2 turns past, for Werner to find 10 blocks plus to move. I guess the Trinhuv is actually kind of nice here, but I mean, I think Elwyn just reaches everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because of the Werner. And then he actually keeps it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Elwyn can reach right here already. You can block there, and then he couldn't reach Lucretia, I think. Still could, actually. So, regardless of this Trinhuv, Christie, if she wants to push up, can kind of only move here. Because she still needs to be protecting this Lucretia and this Selena. Lest Elwyn swoop in and get a kill. Because there are only 2 DPS on Trin's side, so if RedWrath can just trade Werner and Elwyn both for 1 DPS apiece, then I do think that RedWrath would have the advantage here, given that he'd have the T-Jets to just keep poking and actually get some damage on the field. Neither team might be able to kill each other at that point, but it should mean that RedWrath would win the damage race. Did not bring Ram, which would have been nice in an endgame situation against this Christie. I don't feel that War Goddess does too much here. Ram probably has a bit more utility. Yeah, I do think that pretty much the only place Christie can move up is here. Liko should still be safe. I mean, Werner, but that's the thing, Werner does not really want to trade for a healer here. His best trade would be Helena. This is where the leapfrogging can start. Lucretia had a nice freeze, so she could go here. Helena could go here. And the closer these units get, the harder it becomes for Werner to find the guard ignore, especially as the game goes on. A Tenyo buff on Elwyn. So Elwyn could reach right here. Does he reach Rosin? 9. He does reach Rosin, but again, trading for healers is not necessarily what you want to do here. And Trinhuv, that's player 2. Well, no. RedWrath is player 2 now. But still, it doesn't matter that much because it just means at the beginning of the next turn, Trinhuv would just kill the Elwyn with either Helena or Lucretia anyway. Not too big of a difference. Bit nicer for tempo for player 2 in that instance, but that's about it. So now Werner is fully stacked. Goes plus 5% to all stats. It also includes his troops, of course. I suppose as long as this miracle is up, though, Werner doesn't want to go in, which coincides with wanting to spend some time waiting for this act again to come back up. Trinhuv playing conservatively, a bit worried about Elwyn coming in and dispelling. Yeah, if Trinhuv pushed up a bit more and Guard got dispelled, it could be awkward giving T-Jess an angle in to get a snipe on something. But even then, I mean, Lucretia has a revive. It's not the big deal. It's not a huge deal. Can't Guard ignore the Helena here. This is only 9 blocks. Yep, just 9 blocks. This is a sky tile, this is a cliff. Can't cross. Should not be able to wrap around. You have, what, 14 movement? At best he could do something like that, maybe. Even then, I think that's a bit too many terrain tiles. Yeah, he only can ignore 3 of them. So he'd get stuck around there. There, to be specific. If RedWrath wants to keep pushing, probably just puts Total like right there. And could go in and kill Liana for Helena. Should be a pretty decent-ish trade. Because it would put a lot of shit Well, no, because yeah, 1 3 3 1 2 1 2 3 4, and then she gets walled by these forests, so she can't reach anyway. Although as she pushes closer to this tree, that starts to make a big difference. Especially if she procs a breeze and can put her terrain onto these tiles, and then she could definitely reach this Liana. Elwyn's dropped the Werner. Well, Werner hasn't put the Elwyn buff on, or the Werner has not put the mobility buff on the Elwyn. Can still like reach around there, I think. Yeah, 8 plus. Yeah, 8 plus 5 is 13. Well, it should be 9 plus 5. So, 14. But no, Elwyn doesn't want to go in or anything like that. There's no great opportunity here or anything. Ligo is definitely one of the people Trinhuv cares the least about here. She's pretty much just here to like put on some annoying tiles. Brace her Elwyn so he doesn't care much. I was wondering why his skill was green, but his all stats plus 5%, so his 3C stacks do that. I was like, is that an Overlord's badge, Werner? Because that seems really weird. He should always be Twilight Star. Oh, a Tenyo buff on the Werner. Ah, yes, he does not put the talent onto himself. I was forgetting that. So he actually only ignores 2 tiles. So 16? $13, 14, 15, 16. And could move back and then get the guard ignore on Helena potentially. Because Helena's miracle is expiring next turn, so if that's the time, if there's a time to try and kill the Helena with Werner, it's when the miracle's down. Yeah, Christie's already moved. I mean, we're probably just gonna see Trinhuv mostly sit here. I mean, I think the ironic thing is that Werner can just reach these units if he wants to anyway. I don't think he can reach the puppet. That's a bit ambitious, but could reach Loop. I mean, it's not a good trick for him. This game is basically just counting tiles with Werner dying. Even though it doesn't matter that much because there's only like 1 unit he wants to trade for. Yeah, with that Tenyo's buff, probably Werner just goes back. You should still be able to reach, like, everything. 13, 14. Yeah, he could still reach there. Even assuming he moved all the way back there. Well, you can actually use Luke as a unit to block this, right? I mean, Luke does not really mind losing one life. And Christie could just move up to guard afterwards. Plus, I don't think Werner can actually guard ignore if you move a unit here, so... Let's see... Yeah, Owen reaches everybody in the back line. I mean, he could take a life off Luke. But then Helena just takes a life off Elwyn. Definitely doesn't want to do it right now anyway. Usually you want to place actions that are not as important in the beginning. And you want as few counter options to what you're doing as possible. In this case, it'd generally be moving Hilda, the tank, or Liana, the healer. You don't really expect much incoming damage. Helena can't reach. Lucretia did bring Heaven's Sanction. Anyway, this is blocked now. So Helena cannot be reached. In that sense, Trinhuv actually is blocking with a Luke life here. Or saying, just come and have the rosin. Because it's just not a good trade for RedWrath. Rosin preventing one of Elwyn's nicer plays against Christie here, which is strip guard and then passive seal, although even then, is it so much preventing it as... I mean, is it preventing it anywhere near as much as this Helena or Lucretia? Not really. Just something worth mentioning. One part of Elwyn's kit that gets shut down by Rosin. Oh, well, better to say a win condition in Elwyn's kit getting shut down by Rosin. Because even if Elwyn could only get one strike, which is not really the case because sooner or later you can push up Hilda enough to have Elwyn be in tank range and still hit the Christie. But let's say Elwyn just gets one Dispel on the Christie. If he hits the guard and passive seals her, and your faction buffs down, you don't have a tank anymore. But Rosin prevents that entirely. Now, well, it's also not true, because you do have a tank, because the passive seal is dispellable, but it forces you into using a healer action right after that. Okay, Werner takes Celico. It looked like a pretty easy kill. Okay, so Lucretia, because of that breeze, can reach here, which means if... Oh yeah. Stalling until timer forces quick decisions. Classic Apex. Indeed. I was thinking that Helena could kill Werner there. But yeah, it's actually better for Lucretia to kill Werner there, because Lucretia could not reach if Elwyn went... Or Lucretia's puppet... Well, it doesn't really matter who you use, honestly. Lucretia keeps your positions the same. And it is one component of Trinhuv's team, and both these players are out of time. Without a buff, This will not be killing. One of the more annoying things about utilizing TSdL. I mean, it might kill because of phalanx. I probably wanted to use 3C. No RNG there, just a normal matchup. This will get one Christie life, but next turn Helena immediately responds with Chiv. And it should be fairly easy for her to get this Elwyn life. Actually, Elwyn with his new 1C passive here could have been good if you brought 3C, but if you did bring 3C... Well, actually, yeah, if you bring 3C and then Werner dies there, it refreshes the buff, and then you'll have the 1C passive, and then maybe if Elwyn procs Forbidden or something, you can tank the Selena with the after battle heal, but even that's probably not enough. This Elwyn dies. It's at the cost of one Christie life. But does TSdL one-shot the Christie in retaliation? Maybe that's why 3C was saved. TSdL was just here to soften up. That's what RedWrath has to do here. Has to target the Christie with 3C. Hopefully Forbidden doesn't proc. It doesn't. This should kill. Oh, it doesn't. Very thick MDef on this Christie. 975. I think a lot of other Christies could have died to that. Although, I mean, a lot of other Christies also have a couple thousand more HP, so... Just the buff running out on TSdL kind of costs the game. As well as timer running out. Because now there's no way to kill this. And Trinhuv will shortly have the position on the center. And it's 4v3 with a way for Trinhuv to eventually get through the tank. Has AoE, which tends to contribute more to the damage counter than single target. Plus, puts RedWrath on the back foot, having to respond to the Luke AoE. Okay, so yeah, as we see, 3C when you don't have debuff immunity just kills you. Yeah, if you're if you have debuff immunity there, then the Sorks lose a bunch of damage. Plus, obviously, you have more stats. And I think in that situation, Hilda can tank one 3C, but has to have debuff immunity. Trinhuv played a pretty damn good positioning game. He recognized that the Werner did not really want to trade for the healers. Werner was pretty much looking for a trade on a DPS, and the only good trade that Werner could get was the Helena, at best. And so Trinhuv just relentlessly protected the Helena, stayed back, waited for the fog to close in a bit, and Werner was just progressively becoming less and less effective. The stalled game ended up with players running out of time to make good decisions, and RedWrath went for the Liko, and it just was not a good trade for him. Almost had it, though. If that Christie goes down there, then yes, there's a pretty good chance of RedWrath winning that, because there wouldn't be a great way for Trinhuv to get through the Hilda very quickly, and TSdL could just start taking names after that. It's probably worth mentioning, or probably worth looking at in that match, if there were moments where if there was a moment where the last round of buffs, if Trinhuv moved Hilda and buffed TSdL before TSdL moved, then that could have actually been a situation where if you did it the other way around, your TSdL might have had a buff then, and you would have won. So it could actually come down to that sort of optimization, but maybe RedWrath already did that. Hard for me to say just off the top of my head, honestly. It's a lot of microcosms of interactions to look at in this game. But yeah, congratulations to Trinhuv for advancing to the round of 32, and better luck next time to RedWrath5.